Okay, so picture this. I'm 18 years old and I've just been diagnosed with a lifelong incurable form of inflammatory arthritis called axial spondyloarthritis, sometimes shortened to AS. It's a confusing name, but you don't need to worry about that. Just remember that it affects 1 in 200 people globally, and that doesn't even account for all the other forms of arthritis, which is even more prevalent. Shortly after diagnosis, I reluctantly went to a support group, which was an overwhelming experience because a lot of people there had had degeneration, fusion of their spine and progression of the disease, and that was scary. But there was one person there, one guy who was about 70, and he stood out. He had a really strong, tall posture. He was able to hinge at his hips and fold forward and put his palms flat on the floor. I was like, what? This is possible. And I said, what are you doing differently from everyone else? And he said he started yoga in his 30s and he had continued for all this time. And he believed that made a big difference to the outcome of this condition. So it was a light bulb moment. It gave me hope and it showed me a path to recovering a better quality of life, a path to healing. He showed me that day a modified class for arthritis, and I felt better, felt instant relief, and I practiced consistently for a year. Whole life changed and my outlook on the condition, the pain decreased. It just branched and opened my mind and my body. And I went on to be a yoga teacher and form an organisation with Jeff, the man that I met, teaching yoga for people with this condition, called Yoga for AS. So why am I doing this video? Well, I was fortunate and I met someone who showed me how to practice yoga safely. At the time I was in pain, I was having flares, and it was difficult to navigate around that. So I was really fortunate. However, during that time I also went to other yoga classes, and quite honestly my experience was really negative because I couldn't do half of the movements that other people were doing. Most of the things that I was practicing weren't actually very helpful for the arthritis, and sometimes was making things worse. And it just made me think, like, how many people out there have arthritis? And by the way, a lot of people have arthritis. If you're a yoga teacher, it's likely you've had someone with arthritis in your class, or you're going to. Now, they might tell you they have arthritis, or like me, they won't say anything. But regardless, it's really important to show people with arthritis that they can practice yoga safely. But unfortunately, a lot of yoga practices that are taught don't account for people with arthritis. A few years back, I came across Stephanie Munaz, who formed Yoga For Arthritis out of years of research at Johns Hopkins University, looking at how to safely teach and equip people with arthritis the tools of yoga. So it's world class, and her trainings are incredible, and I was just blown away by them. And a year ago I joined up the Yoga For Arthritis team and do some work with them, and love working with the team, and they're just brilliant organisation. So I wanted to do this video quite honestly because I firsthand have experienced the healing immense power of yoga for arthritis. And arthritis isn't going away. It's very prevalent, more prevalent than people realize. And there's a lot of people out there in your community who have arthritis. And knowing how to teach and adapt yoga for arthritis is so empowering, not just for yourself, but that wider community. A lot of people with arthritis are afraid that doing yoga will make things worse, put them in a flare, all the rest of it. And that shouldn't be the case, because we know that yoga should be universal, it should be accessible. And the other bonus to learning how to adapt yoga for arthritis is that it also broadens your understanding of adapting yoga for lots of different bodies, because we're all different sizes, different shapes, and all the rest of it, and other conditions as well. So this also is a transferable, amazing amount of knowledge that you can get from training as a Yoga for Arthritis teacher. So the takeaway message is, If you're interested in working with people with arthritis, or you have, or you are anticipating such, because I would be, if I was a yoga teacher who hadn't taught people with arthritis, I would definitely be expecting to see students with arthritis in your classes. Or you have the opportunity to reach out to those students who have arthritis and say, hey, I know how to teach yoga safely for your condition. And that is an amazing feeling, to be able to empower those people and actually change lives. So that's the reason I did this video. I just wanted to basically show my appreciation for Stephanie's work at Yoga for Arthritis and all the trainings that she offers. So if you're interested, do please check the description that will accompany this video, where you can learn more. And also, if you are watching this and you know about AS, you can reach out to me as well. So thank you for watching, if you've watched this far, and let's be a part of a movement that can help to transform lives with yoga for people with arthritis. It's not going away. Arthritis is on the rise, and we can make it different.